I love the enthusiasm. This is a community, guys. We're all here to help each other. We'll all learn from each other, and
Mhm.
we're all going to share successes. We're all here to help you guys succeed. And you have that support where you're not going to have with any other program that's out
Yeah,
there.
100%. Hey everyone, Konar here. I have a special episode for you guys. I brought one of our lenders who've been working with us over the past couple of years, and she became honestly a really close friend of mine, Marie, and she works with hundreds of our brokers on a monthly basis, and we're having amazing success. So as you guys know, I usually bring individuals from our community and have them tell their story, what made them join an alternative lending industry and become a business loan broker. But I wanted to bring one of our lenders and help you guys see it from their perspective. So we're the largest business loan broker training company, and a lot of the people who join BLB, they don't have any prior experience. It's not like they've been doing this for a while and they join BLB. A lot of them are either looking for a way out of their current job, or they haven't been happy with their finances, like how they earn money. They're hardworking people, but basically they've been on the wrong vehicle. Or we have business owners who want to add funding option to their business. Maybe they deal with clients all day long in their current business, but they just don't have a way of capitalizing their leads. And as we know, the number one need for small businesses is funding. So Marie, without further ado, welcome. Great to see you again.
Very nice to see you. It's a pleasure.
Great. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut to the chase and go through some of the recent deals that Marie funded within our network. And you're going to see some outrageous numbers. You're looking at it on the screen. I want to make sure that this type of specific, I'm going to, Marie, ask you to talk about what kind of lending you do. As you can see, the amounts are a little larger. We also fund anywhere from $5,000 all the way up to $2 million. We have real estate funding options that can go up to a few hundred million. We recently added a real estate partner who can do international real estate funding if someone is developing a land or building a hotel in Dubai. And now we have access to those funding, but this is specifically small business funding. So Marie, can you talk a little bit about what kind of deals you see and you fund on a daily basis?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, typically we're dealing with a lot of brick and mortar types of businesses, a lot of the retail essential types of businesses, as well as manufacturing and wholesale are top industries. Most of our brokers, they're organically just going out there, meeting with businesses they're already interacting with on a day-to-day basis, like a restaurant or dental practice or their healthcare facility. They're asking, questions, doing a discovery, asking pain points, figuring out what these business owners need to either grow, scale, or provide working capital for operational efficiency. Then they bring the deal to me. And with us, we really differentiate with a lot of lenders, and we provide more of consulting, more of a hands-on type of an approach where there's a human interaction, coming to the direct lender, which is us. They're on a phone call with us. We're doing our own discovery and, providing customized solutions for our clients. We're not a cookie cutter type of a product. We're a bank funder, so we do have a bank compliant products, whether they're lines of credits or loans. And then based on what the client's needs are, we'll provide solutions for them.
That's incredible. Yeah. That's exactly what you see. And you helped so many people kind of break into this industry and fund deals. And you are a local celebrity in BLB. We recently have done a couple of live events and everyone recognizes you. That's just, it makes my day and my year, honestly, seeing people succeed. So let's go through. We're looking at a super hot list. I'll just pass it over to you and let's do a walkthrough of what's happened with these most recent deals.
Yeah, let's start with Sergio. He funded 3 separate entities. These are restaurants. So our obviously working capital line of credit compared to a traditional MCA is typically going to provide significant cash flow savings, right? Because we stretch out our terms, we go longer terms, we're a bank product. So we were able to pay off on one of the entities 2 MCAs, provide the merchant with thousands of dollars in monthly cash flow savings, put them into a bank compliant product. This way, then they're eligible for possibly SBA payout, or if they're trying to just have access to that flexibility with the revolver, they're able to do that with our product. At one of the other locations, they were looking to expand. They wanted to open up a 4th location, so we provided a line of credit for equipment, marketing, renovations. They have to do upgrades, payroll, staff, inventory. So these are the typical costs of an expansion. Typically in the restaurant industry, we're seeing, the margins are pretty thin. You'll see 3 to 9% margins on a restaurant. So they're always needing that capital as either a backstop or for an opportunity to grow and scale their businesses. So always having that access also as a trade line, as a backstop for the business is important for operational efficiency.
Yeah, that's awesome. So on this deal, in total funding is 504,000. And can you walk me through the commission?
Sure. So we pay around 8% commissions, over time. That's the total commissions on the funding payout. You'll see here the broker made $40,000. And then we have tiers of bonuses. So on top of the funding payout, we're paying out bonuses. So altogether, this broker made $45,000. And then they hit another bonus tier. They made $50,000 in funding. So we're on one entity, on one deal, this broker was able to maximize and get the max commission. So, I think there's so much opportunity out there in terms of how do you build your wealth?
Yeah.
Guys, it could take you several months in a different kind of a job setting to earn $45,000, $50,000. But with us, that's pretty common. Brokers are making anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000 on one deal.
Yeah, I wanted to bring you on specifically because your type of lending, the commissions always surprise me. When you look at like 50K, like you said, some people's salary is 50K a year. So they have to put in full years of work. Even if they're really good at their job, maybe they might get a raise for 5%, 6%. And if you put half of or less of that effort into a business like this, like helping a small business get access to $500,000, which is not even a crazy amount of funding anyways, right? We're not talking about funding someone like $5 million. This is a restaurant and they do it for expansion, for payroll, equipment, whatever that is. And it can add up to like 50K in commission. And this is not Sergio's first rodeo, right? So he regularly brings in deals like this.
Absolutely.
All right, let's move on to Antonio.
Antonio brought us a client, and we talked about this in the last BLB event that we did in Houston. He brought us a client who had an extremely low FICO score. We're talking about in the 500s. They were looking to expand their multi-unit restaurant operator, and they were like, okay, we want to get SBA. We want to use you as a bridge. We want to get the line of credit with you guys and pay you guys off when SBA approves you. We're like, perfect. This is the perfect product. We're bank compliant. The problem was the credit score. So we then brought in partners, which we do. We know sometimes we get the deal done right away. Sometimes we like to provide a solution before we do the deal. We introduced them to one of the other partners who does with BLB that does credit repair. They increased the credit within like 3 to 4 weeks. We got the credit up another 10 points, which we needed in order to get them to that tier of funding and approval of $300,000. And then within 3 to 4 days, we got the approval done at. You see here on one deal again, commissions $25,000. We have a bonus payout of $1,250 hitting a tier. Total commissions on one deal was $26,690.
That's incredible. And Antonio is in my inner circle. He does an amazing job. But you said something super important, right? Because that's some of the questions that we get when someone is looking to become a business loan broker. Hey, Oz, what's the qualification? Do they need to have perfect credit, the age of the business, and things like that? What you said is really, really important. So it's not like a one lender driven thing. We have a whole system. So lending partners work together. We have a credit repair company that helps people fix their credit. And in this case, you needed a little bit of a boost, and they made it happen, and the deal went through, right? So if you were trying to figure this out on your own, the biggest thing is the knowledge gap, right? So you might see these numbers and be like, I can do this myself. But Marie has a team, not just her. Work with our brokers to educate them on how these deals work and what could be done and what should be done. So the biggest enemy for someone who wants to get started on your own, you can Google ChatGPT your way and try it. You're basically trying to succeed in an industry through trial and error, which is a problem because one deal that you can waste because you don't know enough could be $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 that you just missed out. Whereas Marie has like a decade-long experience as a team, and there's like an underwriting team that handles all of this. And we already have the relationships in place. And, all of our lenders and lending partners know our members so well that, Marie, I know you spend hours every single week coaching our members on the deals and why it would work. What do we need from the partner? And you guys sometimes take over the deal and handle the entire process for them. But more importantly, someone who makes 30K, they basically have a new career for themselves. After that, even if they do this on a quarterly basis, it's not that difficult to break six figures by doing this without having to put in like 70 hours a week, you know? Hi there. If you're enjoying this video so far, there are two ways that you can get more out of it. One is if you like this video and subscribe to this channel, you're going to get access to a lot more content like this. And number two is there's a link right below this video for you to get more information and schedule a call with our expert team to find out if becoming a business loan broker is the right fit for you. Now, back to the video.
Absolutely. And then there's a component of client retention, right? So Antonio didn't just double dip, he triple dipped on this deal. So let me explain how we even got sweeter. So we got a $26,000 payout from providing the working capital. Then he took them to SBA, got payout from SBA for funding them. Then SBA down the line, the client came back to us a few months later, did another $300,000 line of credit with us after SBA paid it off. So he made $50,000 almost in commissions just with, plus the credit repair, plus the SBA funding that he provided. So look at how much you can maximize just from one client.
Just one client. And knowing Antonio, he also helped these individuals with like proper LLC setup and things like that. So he probably had another dip from there too, like help that client structure their company properly, that he's an expert at that one. So yeah, when we say 26,690, that's like the minimum. There's like a lot more. And this customer will be a customer for life. We're not talking about repeat funding options, right? This person will probably come back and we'll provide another funding to them over the years. So this is just the beginning, not the end all be all thing. He's building a portfolio of customers that are loyal to him, that he can basically offer so many different options of funding, money saving opportunities, credit fixing, so they can just, you know, utilize the funding to grow their business. That's ultimately the business that we're in, right? Because sometimes that kind of capital not only saves their business, that allows them to open up a new location, which is another revenue source for them, right? And they can expand, they can buy equipment, they can qualify for SBA. So things like that, it's just an infinite possibilities. We just wanted to give you the most conservative figures here, but there's a lot more behind the scenes too.
Absolutely. And you guys provide the perfect platform, BLB, for cross-selling and being a one-stop shop. I mean, if the client's coming to you for all these different services, they're less likely to leave you or go somewhere else. They know that you're their trusted advisor, you're their consultant, you're going to provide anything that they need when it comes to their financials.
Incredible. Love that. Thank you. So what happened with Bradley?
So Bradley thankfully introduced me to a client who's actually local to me. I live, in California. Yes, I got to meet this client in person. It's a big franchise that I actually used to go to. It was a salad franchise. And so the client had 4 different locations. He's trying to open and grow his brand and, thriving salad restaurants. And he wants to open up his 5th, 6th location down the line. So we established a relationship. We got funding for all 4 locations.
Wow.
And this was amazing because all locations were only under 1-year ownership. There was no bank that would work with them, ever. No. We're looking at banks that are looking at typically 3 to 5 years in ownership minimum. We provided $220,000 for 4 restaurants. Some of them were owned for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, but they were all under 1 year. Commission payout $17,600 for a business that was under 1 year. So really, with our company, we can fund as low as 1 month ownership. Really, nobody on earth can even do that, right? Nobody. Really
that doesn't exist. Yeah.
It doesn't exist. So great opportunities. We're always going to see that be a great bridge for you. If you're working with banks, you just really need us to bridge the gap while they get themselves in a situation they can become bankable, right? So whether it's the time of business or maybe the lower FICO score we talked about with Antonio, whatever the situation is, we are that perfect bridge product to make them bank eligible down the line.
Yeah, I think the recurring theme that we see with all of them so far, this is just the beginning of the relationship. Like this 4 franchise salad company, they will open up more locations and they will need more funding, right? This 220,000 in no time probably will be a lot more than that. It could be in millions in funding, and that could mean hundreds of thousands of dollars in commission for Bradley. Like one introduction basically could be life changing. So yeah, this is, like you said, if you go through a bank, I mean, you know, banks, and not only it would take forever, not only you need to be in business for a long period of time, the documentation that is needed, sometimes you need collateral. Even after all of that, there's a high chance that you're going to get declined.
Absolutely. I mean, they typically want your work to provide funding. It's such a long process, the scrutiny, the due diligence that they need. We get it done in 3-4 days with typically just bank statements and just a couple of other documents just for verification.
That's so powerful. So when they need the money fast, we just make it happen in a couple of days. This is not like a lengthy, weeks-long process unless it's on their end, right? If we're not getting what we need from them, it can be elongated, but the underwriting process is literally days, not weeks. So Alicia, our favorite girl.
Yes. So Alicia brought me a home health care facility. And with home health care, we love that industry as well. And we provide such great funding options for them. And typically with healthcare, you're going to always see reimbursement delays, right? Whether it's insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, there's always insurance delays and payouts. And so, they typically have a 30 to 60 or 90 day even delay until they can get reimbursed, right? They have to make payroll. They have expenses, patient expenses, and costs and suppliers that they have to pay. So our line of credit is perfect for that because we really bridge the gap until they do get their payouts from these insurance carriers. So as an example, this merchant was just, thriving business, growing, looking to expand, has opportunities. But again, they needed that bridge, they needed that backstop for the business so that they can continuously keep on growing and make payroll and expenses at the same time. One funding, $75,000, $6K in commissions. So, and we'll keep on growing with this merchant, right? Obviously, it's just a one-time. We're just trying to establish a relationship, build a track record. And as we do that, every couple of months, we like to revisit and see how business is doing. And typically, there's always needs for working capital. It could be for other opportunities. Maybe they're trying to open up a second or third location. They'll come to us, and there'll be more opportunities for that broker to increase their commissions as well.
Big time. And one thing about Alicia is in a short amount of time, she became a friend to me and you. And she's not new to the alternative lending industry because she's been in the industry for a long time, but she had no idea we could do deals like that because her bread and butter was primarily merchant cash advance, right? Like when she joined, she found out, oh shoot, we can do 0% financing. Oh, we can do equipment. And she met you. Now she's able to do deals like this. And then that's awesome. That's like repeat business. And this is one of those hot niches that you guys thrive and do really, really well after the restaurants. So I'm happy that, she's just tapping into an area, a niche that she didn't know existed. Now she's taking advantage of it and she's getting paid on it. Cool. Do we have anyone else on the list for this session?
I mean, I could talk about one that we're working on right now. It was a software company and it's not a restaurant or healthcare, but we like software as well, manufacturing and wholesale. But this one today, we're working on closing a $250,000 deal for a broker.
Wow.
So with this one, again, they had 2 MCAs. We paid off both MCAs, provide them with significant cash flow savings. They were able to get double the funding of what they had currently compared to their MCA, plus on top of it, get an extra $150,000 on a line of credit as a backstop. Plus, at the end of the day, we were still lower than what they were paying on an MCA. So obviously, when you're looking at, in terms of overall doing a needs assessment, overall financial planning for the merchant, looking at both sides of the balance sheet, not only are we saving on debt, we're providing them access to capital to keep on growing and scaling their business.
100%. Yeah. I mean, we have a lot more case studies, guys. If you're watching this, we're going to try to do this format ideally once a month, and we're going to just keep bringing you the actual success stories. So this is not just theoretical knowledge of, potentially you can make this, you can make that. No, we want to show you the actual deals. So stay tuned. If you like this, definitely like and subscribe and comment below if you'd like to see more of content like this from Marie and our other lending partners, and we'll make it happen. Marie, always very appreciative of what you do for our community and for BLB, and for also being a great friend. So I love what you do. Thanks so much. Anything else you want to add?
No, love the enthusiasm. This is a community, guys. We're all here to help each other. We'll all learn from each other. When you go on my webinars, you're going to see an open session, and we're all going to share successes. We're all here to help you guys succeed. And you have that support where you're not going to have with any other program that's out there.
100%. Love that. Thanks so much, Marie. See you on the next session. Take care now.
Thanks. Take care.